Welcome back to the deep dive. You know that feeling, right? You find some new software, maybe an app, you're all set to try that one cool feature,
hmm
and bam! Sign up wall. Name, email, create password, confirm it, verify your email address, maybe set up 2FA.
Oh, yeah. The momentum killer.
Exactly. 10 minutes later, you're still filling out forms, not actually using the thing.
It happens all the time.
Well, today we are sort of tearing down that wall, metaphorically speaking,
Okay.
doing a deep dive into this, unexpected, but really critical intersection of visual design workflows and, get this, enterprise authentication.
Right. Design and logins, not usually the sexiest pairing.
But it's based on a news drop from a
Yeah.
company called Directable. They've just announced a new Canva application.
Canva. Everyone knows Canva.
And the buzzword they're using is frictionless signup. So our mission today is to unpack what that actually means for creators, for businesses using digital screens, digital signage.
Got it. Frictionless. Let's see if it lives up to the hype.
Okay, so our source here is a news release from Directable dated November 4th, 2025. And I think this is more than just like a convenience feature. It feels like it could be a bigger shift in how complex software, especially for businesses, brings people in.
Interesting angle. Enterprise software isn't always known for smooth onboarding.
Not at all. So let's start with the core problem, the real headache this is trying to solve. There's a great quote here from James Bretsanos. He's the CTO and co-founder of Directable.
Okay, what do you say?
He just nails it. Designers want to create, not battle logins.
Simple, but yeah, that cuts right to it. It really recognizes that the focus for designers, for operators, is getting stuff done now.
Exactly.
They're making content menus, ads, announcements that needs to be on screens like yesterday. And Directable, just for context, they're a cloud-based digital signage platform.
Right, so they help businesses manage screens.
Yeah, manage and update screens, often across tons of locations. Think
Oh.
franchises, big retail chains, hotels, corporate offices, potentially thousands of screens.
Wow, okay. Big scale.
Huge scale. And traditionally, if you're that designer using Canva, making a cool graphic,
Yeah.
and you want to get it onto those screens, well, there is this gap.
The workflow canyon, you called it before we started.
Yeah, the workflow canyon. You had Canva on one side, Directable's platform on the other.
No.
And breaking that gap meant hitting that mandatory sign-up wall first.
Before you even know if it works for you.
Exactly. Create account, verify email, link systems,
Mm.
all before you've seen any value. And that's where, honestly, probably 80% of potential users just drop off.
80%. That's massive.
It is. The barrier was asking for commitment up front.
Okay, so the big announcement, this Directable Signage Canva application, is their attempt to pave over that canyon using this frictionless sign-up.
That's the idea. They're saying, look, just try it. Get your design on a screen. We can sort out the admin stuff later.
So they flipped the script.
Totally. Instead of demanding that manual sign-in before you do anything useful, they let you try the core integration publishing immediately. You get the value first.
That setup headache.
Deliberately delayed. Pushed down the road.
Okay, from a user point of view, that feels great. But wait a second. Isn't delaying authentication, risky? Operationally? Maybe even security-wise?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Why take that risk?
Yeah.
Why potentially lose track of who's doing what just for convenience?
Well, it's not just convenience. It's strategic. They've calculated the cost of that 80% abandonment rate we talked about.
Okay.
If a pro designer gets excited by the Canva integration, tries it, hits the login wall, and leaves, Directable has lost a really valuable potential customer.
Right. Someone already using the tools they integrate with.
Precisely. By making the initial trial immediate, they bet they'll get a much higher conversion rate later. Because by the time you do need to sign in properly, you've already seen it work. You've published something. You're invested.
You've seen the value proposition firsthand.
Exactly. And the mechanism they use, working with Canva's platform, involves maintaining what's called necessary user context. That's the magic behind the friction disappearing.
Okay, user context. Sounds a bit techy. How does the app remember me enough to let me publish something without needing my password right away? Is it cookies or...
It's kind of like that, yeah. Think about a sophisticated online shopping cart. You add stuff, maybe close the browser, come back later.
And this stuff is still there, usually, even if I didn't log in.
Right. How? They use things like temporary session tokens or maybe local browser storage. The system essentially knows that this browser session, or maybe this device, belongs to a user who's actively doing something. It doesn't need your name and email right that second.
Just enough to keep the process going.
Exactly. The Directable app gets authorized. using this temporary context provided via Canva to let you complete that first key action, publishing your design. You see the result instantly. It keeps the flow smooth, focused on the creative task.
Very clever. It's like a temporary pass to get you through the first gate.
A good way to put it.
So if they've let me in with this temporary pass, when do I eventually have to, pay the piper? When does Directable say, okay, time for the official login?
It happens only when it becomes truly useful and, importantly, necessary.
Like when?
Well, say you want to do something more advanced. Maybe connect Directable to some other business system you use, like a central corporate directory or perhaps an inventory management system for dynamic pricing on menus.
Things that need deeper verified access.
Exactly. Accessing those external services, often using something technical called OAuth, requires a proper, secure, enterprise-level login. That's the moment the app would prompt you, hey, to do this cool advanced thing, we need you to formally sign in or create your account now.
But by then?
By then, you're bought in. You've already got content on screens, you know the basic integration works beautifully, and you're ready to take that administrative step because you see the value in going further.
So delaying the hurdle dramatically cuts down those drop-off rates.
Massively. And it fits perfectly with modern user experience design principles. Prove your worth before you ask for commitment.
That feels like a really significant shift, especially for B2B software, which can be so clunky. Moving from commit first to see the value first.
It is. It respects the user's time and focus.
Okay, let's pivot then. Practically speaking, what can a digital signage team, or even just a single designer, actually do now with this newfound freedom? What does that immediate workflow look like?
Well, the biggest win, I think, is matching that context switching.
Yeah. Jumping between different apps. The productivity killer.
Totally. Think about the old way. Design in Canva. Okay, now export it.
Yeah.
What format? JPEG, PNG. Save it somewhere. Find it again. Open the Directable platform. Log in. Find the right screen or group of screens. Upload the file. Maybe schedule it. Who?
It sounds like a lot of clicks and potential for error.
It is. Maybe 15 clicks, 5 minutes easily wasted just to update a simple promo graphic.
Okay, so the new way.
With this frictionless integration, you finish your design in Canva, you hit Publish to Directable, you might select which screen or group, maybe 2 or 3 clicks total.
And that's it.
That's pretty much it. The system, because it has that context, handles the file format, maybe adjusts resolution, pushes it to the right place. It turns a clunky admin task into just the last step of the creative process.
That's huge. And the source material mentioned real-time updates, too. That seems critical.
Oh, absolutely vital, especially for businesses where things change fast. Imagine a restaurant manager. They need to 86 an item or change a price on the digital menu board right now.
Yeah, can't wait an hour for IT.
Nope. Now, they could potentially just open the Canva design, maybe even on a tablet in the restaurant, edit the text, hit publish.
And it changes on the screen. Instantly.
Immediately or near immediately. That responsiveness is gold for time-sensitive stuff. Happy hour specials starting now. Upcoming event reminders, urgent safety messages. No lag, no re-uploading hassle.
That speed saves time, money, and customer frustration.
Definitely. Now, we mentioned Directable serves big clients, franchises, enterprises.
Right. Potentially thousands of locations. Which makes me think about hardware costs. That must add up.
It's a massive factor, you're right. And this is another key piece of the puzzle. Directable's platform isn't built around needing super expensive proprietary media players.
Oh, what does it run on?
It runs on really common, affordable, consumer-grade stuff. Think Amazon Fire TV sticks, the regular Fire TVs, also Google TV devices, other Android TV boxes or sticks.
Stuff you can buy easily for, what, $50?
Exactly. So if you're managing, say, 500 stores, choosing a $50 stick instead of a specialized $500 digital signage player for each one, well, you do the math. The capital savings are enormous.
Wow, so it's the combination. Easy design in Canva, super simple publishing because of this frictionless sign-up, and running it all on cheap hardware.
That's the trifecta. It drastically lowers the barrier to entry for getting professional-looking, centrally managed digital signage up and running.
The co-founder, Brett Sanos, claimed creators can publish to a live screen in minutes. That suddenly sounds very achievable.
It does. It moves it from a big IT project to something much more accessible.
And thinking about that designer, or maybe a regional manager who's not always at a desk, the source also mentioned this works with the Canva mobile app.
Yeah, which adds another layer of flexibility.
Right.
Imagine you're that manager walking through a store, you spot an outdated sign.
Instead of making a note to fix it later.
You could potentially pull out your phone, open the Canva app, tweak the design right there, hit publish to the directable screen in that store, done.
Wow. Instant updates from your pocket.
It puts the control right where it's needed, potentially down to the local operations level. It's pretty powerful.
Okay, so this integration feels pretty significant. Let's pull back a bit and look at the bigger picture, the market context. We have two major players here.
We do. It's not just a small feature, it's a partnership between two influential platforms.
On one side, there's Canva. I mean, they've completely changed how people think about design, haven't they?
Absolutely. They took graphic design, which used to feel intimidating and require complex software, and made it accessible to literally millions. Templates, easy tools, huge libraries. They democratized the creation part.
Making professional-looking visuals achievable for almost anyone.
Exactly. Then on the other side, you've got Directable. They've been around since 2012, focusing specifically on the enterprise side of digital signage.
So their strength isn't the design tool itself.
No, their expertise is the back-end stuff. The reliable real-time management and updating of potentially thousands of screens across geographically dispersed locations. They handle the complexity of scale, scheduling, device management for those big franchise organizations, multi-outlet retailers, corporate clients.
Got it. Canva for creation, Directable for scale distribution and management.
Precisely. And when you put those two together, especially now with this frictionless integration smoothing the connection, it's genuinely game-changing.
How so?
Because you're pairing Canva's massive user base and incredible ease of use with Directable's robust enterprise-grade screen management. By taking away that initial sign-up pain, they're essentially inviting millions of Canva users, people who already have designs ready to go, to instantly try their hand at being professional digital signage operators.
Without the usual upfront cost or complexity.
Exactly. No big hardware investment needed initially, no complex setup process. It fundamentally shifts the calculation for any business thinking about using screens more effectively for communication. The barrier to entry just plummeted.
Okay, let's try and wrap this deep dive up then. The core takeaway for you listening seems pretty clear. Directable, with his new Canva app, looks like they've successfully knocked down what was arguably the biggest hurdle for many people trying digital signage from Canva.
Yeah.
That initial setup friction, the login battle.
Yeah, that first step was a big one.
And this isn't just a minor tweak. It feels like a really smart strategic move. They're tapping into Canva's huge audience by making the journey from a design idea to getting it onto live, affordable screens incredibly short and simple.
Minutes, not days.
Right. Publishing dynamic content quickly, turning cheap consumer TVs and sticks into powerful communication tools for businesses large and small.
And maybe a final thought for you to mull over. Consider this trend we're seeing, this frictionless approach where you delay the boring admin stuff like signing in until after the user has already seen the product's core value.
Yeah.
How is that philosophy going to shape the next wave of business software, especially in complex fields like, say, financial tools or project management or internal communications platforms?
Will we start expecting to try before we buy in with our credentials everywhere?
Could be. Will delayed authentication become the standard? And if it does, what are the hidden risks, but also the potentially massive rewards of pushing that user commitment down the line?
Definitely some food for thought there. A fascinating look at how smoothing out one small step can unlock so much potential.
Indeed.
Well, thank you for joining us for this deep dive into delay authentication, workflow simplicity, and the surprisingly affordable future of digital signage. We hope you feel better equipped to think about these ideas.
Thanks for listening.